What is up, y'all? It's your girl Evelyn, and today we're talking about why Billie Eilish is apparently gay and tired. We're also going to dive into all 5 of the queer Christmas movies that are coming out next month. I also want to talk a teeny tiny bit about all of the confusing fuckery that is going on within the Warrior Nun franchise. So we're diving into all of that and more in this, the inaugural episode of Queer She Said. So Billie Eilish came out. Again, in case you missed it, Billie gave a recent interview to either Variety or Vogue, but basically, she said some gay shit. So this is Billie. I've never felt like I could relate to girls very well, she said. I love them. I love them as people. I'm attracted to them as people. And then Billie says, I'm physically attracted to them, but I'm also so intimidated by them and their beauty and their presence. She also posted a selfie on Instagram using the gay entire filter. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about Billie Eilish was not to speculate on her sexuality, but rather to discuss how the kids are just not coming out anymore. A lot of these Gen Zs are out there doing very gay shit and saying very gay shit, but not coming out. There's your Victoria Pedretti's. Who else? There's your Jenna Ortega's. All of them said some fruity shit at some point. But none of them, to my knowledge anyway, have said, yes, I am a lesbian, or yes, I am pansexual, or whatever the fuck. And even with Billie, she's saying she has crushes on girls. She's posting pictures of fruit, but she's not saying, hey, I like the ladies. It truly feels like the age of the coming out speech might be in the past. Oh gosh, I remember Wentworth Miller's coming out speech for GLAAD. I remember just sobbing watching his speech. It was just, the kids don't want to come out anymore. Like, on one hand, I completely understand. The issue that I think you come across when you don't come out, it's like turning the speculation up all the way. I mean, look at Jodie Foster and Queen Latifah, 2 super famous, super talented actors, but to my knowledge, I don't think either of them have ever officially come out. I would say 85% of their careers, their sexuality was heavily, heavily discussed. So I remember a few years ago, I mean, this was probably more than a few years ago, but I remember Queen Latifah was photographed, Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats boat. I don't know why I remember the details of this. But anyway, there was a photo taken of Queen Latifah embracing her bikini-clad girlfriend at the time. Not her wife, because I think she's married. I don't know, because she don't tell us shit. But she was embracing her girlfriend at the time in a way that one would embrace one's girlfriend. And I remember the articles about it. People were like, is Queen Latifah coming out? Like, what the fuck? Does she need to actually like get on her knees and be photographed doing that? But because she's never made a GLAAD speech or, tweeted, the speculation was still there. Same thing with Jodie Foster. I mean, I want to say Jodie was married before everybody's like, oh yeah, she's gay. We can stop talking about it now. And again, I know they are of a different generation than the kids nowadays, but you can still see it. Look at what happened to Rebel Wilson. And for those who don't know, Rebel was basically forced out of the closet. Some journalist contacted her and basically was like, hey, we heard that you're gay. We're gonna write a story about it. Do you have a comment? And Rebel's like, yeah, no, I'm not out. You can't do that. And the journalist was like, no, we can, and we're going to. Like, it was incredibly fucked up. So Rebel came out and she's publicly said she was not ready to come out when she did, but she was going to be outed and she would rather do it on her own terms, kind of, than to allow this publication to do it. And even if it's not from the press, it's going to be from the fans. But yeah, I feel for the kids. I feel for Billie. She's only 21. She's a baby. I wish we lived in a world where you didn't have to come out. People just left you alone. Do we need to bring back the GLAAD coming out speeches, a la Elliot Page, a la Wentworth Miller? So I have to talk about my girl, Lupita Nyong'o. I love saying her name. So if you didn't see this, Lupita recently posted a video of her dancing to Janelle Monáe's Lipstick Lover. And I highly recommend you go watch that video. Anyway, as fantastic as that video of her dancing to Lipstick Lover is, the caption is even better because Lupita wrote, and I quote, "My official audition to be Janelle Monáe's next Lipstick Lover." Now, if you have been in the dark about Lupita and Janelle's, we're going to call it friendship. Long story short, there have been relationship rumors swirling around the two of them for quite some time. They were canoodling on Instagram, they were dancing together. The two of them just look really good together. Doesn't mean they're together. Lupita actually did go on record and clarify that they were just friends. She told Rolling Stone, actually, let me pull this up. So basically, they were asking her about those rumors that had been swirling around them. And Lupita said, referring to Janelle, she has magnetism that they were obviously picking up on. She is that enigmatic. I was not surprised, and I don't mind being associated with her in any capacity. So basically, Lupita's like, Janelle is that bitch. I get why people thought we were together. We weren't, but it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me none. But there is this other quote that I think is even more interesting. This is once again Lupita talking about Janelle. Just because you're a close friend of hers doesn't mean you get to know everything about her. I think that's what makes her interesting as an artist. These two are so interesting to me. Like, they really are. Also, Lupita very recently, I think maybe last month, broke up with her boyfriend. I don't know who her boyfriend was, but based on her very lengthy but beautifully written post about her breakup, he ain't shit. He ain't shit. I'm not going to read her whole post because it's very long, but again, beautifully written. So Lupita is newly single. I'm assuming she and Janelle are, still friends. Can a thirst trap even be friendly? I don't know. Now, have you guys heard about the absolute fuckery that is going on within the Warrior Nun franchise? Because I just recently found out about this and I don't like it. So if you haven't been keeping up with Warrior Nun, I'm going to run down a quick little timeline of events, starting with the show and ending with where the franchise is now, which is kind of in the gutter, maybe? I don't know. So Warrior Nun was this action adventure fantasy show, had a sapphic lead, went on for 2 seasons, and then it was canceled. Immediately after cancellation, the Warrior Nun fans activated. I'm talking, they rented out billboards outside of Netflix headquarters in multiple cities. They had murals going up all over the place. There was a documentary, and they led this intense social media campaign. My girl Kelly Clarkson somehow caught some strays. It was fantastic. That was some of the best shit I've ever seen happen on the internet. So after however many months, the showrunner of Warrior Nun, Simon Barry, announced on Twitter that the show was coming back, and everybody was happy. Then, a little later, it was announced that the show was coming back as a movie trilogy. Not 1, not 2, but 3 full-length feature movies. I have to say, at this point, I started getting very skeptical. I didn't say anything publicly, but when the announcement was made that this was going to be 3 feature-length films, I was like, that doesn't sound right. At the most, I thought they were going to get like a shortened season a la A League of Their Own, RIP, or maybe 1 movie. But 3 full-length feature movies, that shit didn't sound right to me. But again, I didn't say anything. I reported on it on YouTube. And then, after that announcement, come to find out, this new movie trilogy has nothing to do with the Netflix show, which means the original showrunner has nothing to do with it. The cast has nothing to do with it. Excuse me? No one who worked on the Netflix show is going to be involved in these movies. Basically, these movies were going to be something new, but it was just using the Warrior Nun IP, which was 1000% not what the fans were fighting for. They didn't harass Kelly Clarkson on Twitter for this shit. And then, to make matters even stupider, apparently this new trilogy of films is coming from this guy named Ben Dunn. Now, Ben is the creator of the comic book series that the Netflix show is based on. I mean, it's his shit. Now, I want to be clear. I have not read the Warrior Nun comic series by Ben Dunn. I don't know if it's good or not. I do know what the internet has told me. And the internet has told me it's highly sexualized nuns, which honestly, I'm not against. I mean, I love Nasty Ass Benedetta. That's my motherfucking movie. But I love the Netflix Warrior Nun. I want to see the Netflix Warrior Nun in feature-length films. That's what everybody wanted. That's what we thought we got. It feels like somebody used the fandom of the Netflix show to bring their vision of Warrior Nun to the big screen. I don't like it. And I honestly don't think these movies are ever going to get made, especially not with the fan base completely pissed off. Like, you pissed off the entire fan base. Do you not know how powerful these people are? Ask Kelly Clarkson. So, for all of you readers out there, you guys probably know that 2023 has really been the year of the memoir. We had Prince Harry, we had Elliot Page, we had Britney Spears, we had Jada Pinkett Smith, and soon we're about to have Miss Rebel Wilson. I don't think it's coming out this year though. I think it's coming out next year. But still. So our girl Rebel Wilson has a brand new tell-all memoir coming out, and it's called Rebel Rising. I love that name. That is such a good name. And I'm very intrigued by this little blurb I read. I'm going to read it for you. In an interview with People, Rebel shared that her book will unveil all of her quote unquote life's deepest secrets, a prospect she finds somewhat daunting. Her life's deepest secrets? Girl, that sounds like something I want to read. I'm very nosy. And like I said before, Rebel was forced out of the closet. And I know damn well that is going to be in the book. It better be in the book. We need to end some careers. Also, if you haven't seen hold up, let me pull it up. If you haven't seen the cover of her memoir, you should definitely Google it. I love it. First of all, thigh out. It's just one thigh, but it is out. She's wearing this sparkly gown. She's got a tiny bit of cleavage showing, not a whole lot. Because the thing is, we know what Rebel's working with, okay? Rebel is blessed. She doesn't have to show that much, right? It's the perfect amount. Wind-tossed hair, mouth open, water in the background. I love it. I watched this little video on YouTube that went over how she lost all her weight. She works hard. I could never. And she has a whole baby and a whole wife. I'm proud of Rebel. So moving on to some cute gay news. Sarah Paulson talking about Holland Taylor. Look, I do my very best not to idolize really anyone because, most people ain't shit. And I definitely try not to idolize celebrity couples. Like, you just don't know who is keeping people in their basement. But Sarah Paulson and Holland Taylor, they just seem so fucking wholesome. They might not be. Like I said, they could be committing arson on the weekends. I don't know. But they do seem really wholesome. So recently, Sarah Paulson went on The View and melted my heart. I'm going to read exactly what she said because, first of all, I can't paraphrase this. It's too beautiful. So this is Sarah Paulson talking about Holland Taylor. I am thrilled and I feel very lucky to be with a person who is smarter, wiser, wittier than I. And it just makes my life better in every possible way. It makes me want to be a better person and a fully realized person. Paulson also added, she just also makes me feel seen, which I think is the most important gift you can give to any person. Can someone love me the way Sarah Paulson loves Holland Taylor? Is that too much to ask? I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Also, so in addition to cute gay news, I also have some super quick good gay news. Harley Quinn has been renewed for season 5, which is fantastic. I still haven't watched season 4, but I'm sure it's amazing because the show is amazing. Also, in super quick good gay news, Mr. Dwayne Wade has released an 11-minute Netflix documentary called The Dads, which is described as a love letter from fathers to their trans kids. So it's this really heartwarming and heart-wrenching documentary where 5 dads of trans kids go on a weekend fishing trip together with Dennis Shepard, who is the father of Matthew Shepard, a man that was brutally murdered in 1998 for being gay. And like I said before, I really try not to idolize celebrities and celebrity couples, but Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, they make it hard. The way they love their trans child is so beautiful. And the thing that really pisses me off is they get so much shit, especially within the Black community, for fucking loving their kid. And what does Dwayne Wade do? He goes and makes a documentary about loving and accepting his trans kid. I love them. I hope they don't have people in their basement because I would be very disappointed. Also, The Dads, the documentary, is currently streaming right now, so you can go and watch it on Netflix. So, because we had some good gay news, we also have to have some not so good gay news. So, allegedly, the Marvels had a gay scene. Okay, maybe not a gay scene, but apparently there was a scene in the new Marvels that alluded to the fact that Captain Marvel, played by Brie Larson, and Valkyrie, played by Tessa Thompson, had a thing. Like, were romantic at some point. Also, I don't know if this is a spoiler because I don't watch Marvel anything. So, sorry if that was a spoiler. My bad. So, allegedly, a scene confirming what felt to many queer viewers like an implied lesbian relationship between Captain Marvel and Valkyrie was cut from the Marvels. In this scene, it was apparently expressed that Captain Marvel and Valkyrie had a past relationship because one of them says to the other, "We work better as friends." Yeah, I guess that is gay. Because how else could you read that? We work better as enemies? Yeah, you wouldn't work with your enemy. So yeah, they was fucking. Again, I'm not a Marvel fan. I don't really care at all, really. But this seems on trend. Like, again, this is a rumor. I don't think anyone has actually confirmed that this scene was cut, but it tracks. At this point, cutting gay shit seems to be just what Marvel does. I have no opinion other than it's unsurprising. Now, I do want to get to all the queer Christmas movies that are coming out next month. But before that, there is one other movie that's also coming out next month. It's called Our Son. It stars the fabulous Billie Porter and Luke Evans. The two of them play a divorcing couple. Now, the official synopsis reads, long-term partners Gabriel and Nikki have created what appears to be the perfect life with their young son. But despite appearances, Gabriel is unhappy and initiates a divorce that forces them to confront the changing reality of all of their lives. Now, I watched the trailer for this movie and it's some heavy shit. It looks like it's probably going to be one of those heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching movies because they were together 13 years. And you know what's really fucked up? It seems like, again, based on the synopsis and the trailer, it seems like Gabriel, who is played by Billie Porter, his character had been really unhappy for a long time, whereas Nikki, Luke Evans, had no idea. Nikki thought that they were happy. I think that's so hard. Ugh. And they have an 8-year-old son. So apparently their divorce gets very messy. Ugh. Why did they have this come out in December, though? I feel like December is a month where people want to watch happy shit. I don't want to watch this near Christmas. I want to watch happy shit. But anyway, it looks good, though. So now let's get to these 5 queer Christmas movies that are coming out this year. The first one is called A Holiday I Do. And by first one, I just mean the first one that I see because this is in no kind of order. So A Holiday I Do comes from Tello Films. You guys know my girl, Kristen Baker. She's done it again, you guys. She has made another lesbian Christmas movie. So here's the synopsis for A Holiday I Do. When a single mom and country girl falls for her ex-husband's beautiful and sophisticated wedding planner, she'll need some Christmas magic to fix the chaos that ensues. I mean, okay, I have nothing to say about this. It sounds like a lesbian Christmas movie. I'm sure it's as good as the rest of the Tello Films lesbian Christmas movies. And it's already streaming, so you guys can go watch this right now. The next queer Christmas movie is called Friends and Family Christmas, which sounds like they use one of those free name generators on the internet. Friends and Family Christmas. Like, really? 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 Okay, Hallmark. Anyway... What is the synopsis? Friends and Family Christmas. Daniela and Amelia agree to pretend they're dating to appease their respective parents during the holiday. However, as they spend more time together, they start to build a connection that's deeper than either of them could have ever hoped for. Okay, fake dating. Fake dating is always good. We love fake dating. So Friends and Family, they really need to change that name. Friends and Family Christmas premieres December 17th on Hallmark. There we go. The third queer Christmas movie is called Christmas on Cherry Lane. And this is once again Hallmark. And the only thing I know about this movie is it's about a couple who are about to have a baby. It's about a gay couple. I'm sorry. It's about a gay couple who are about to have a baby. That sounds so boring. Anyway, Christmas on Cherry Lane will premiere on Hallmark December 9th. The fourth queer Christmas movie coming out is called The Holiday Exchange. And as of right now, there is no release date or platform, so I don't know when it's coming out or where it's coming out. But The Holiday Exchange follows 2 gay men, Wild and Oliver, who swap houses and find love. They swap houses and find love. Okay. So I'm guessing it's going to be like a wife swap thing, except for with houses. So Wild goes to live at Oliver's house and Oliver goes to live at Wild's house. And then I guess they fall in love by like going through each other's shit and being like, ooh, he reads. Interesting. Ooh, he's gluten free. You know what though? I kind of like it. That's at least kind of different. Like it's not different, but it is kind of different. Again, this one doesn't have a release date or a platform, but this is the one that I'm definitely going to watch. I mean, I'm probably going to watch all of them, but I'm going to make sure to watch this one.
Hey, this is editing Evelyn, and I just had to jump in really quick here. That is not the plot of the holiday exchange. I mean, they do swap houses, but while they're at the other person's house, they meet other people. So, like, I guess they don't end up together. They end up with the people they meet at the other person's house, which sounds unnecessarily complicated. I liked my version better. Just people walking around each other's houses, touching shit. Okay, that's all.
And last but not least is It's a Wonderful Knife. After saving her town from a psychotic killer, Winnie Carruthers' life is less than wonderful. When she wishes she'd never been born, she finds herself in a nightmare parallel universe where, without her, things could be much, much worse. So this one is a Christmas horror movie, which okay, I guess. Also, Justin Long is in it. And apparently Justin Long he's just for the horror movie streets now. We have lost Justin Long to the horror movie streets. It is what it is. I just realized I have no idea what is queer about this movie. So sorry, but someone is apparently queer in this film. It has terrible reviews. I don't know. The Christmas horror movie to me is a strange genre, right? It's kind of like I was saying before about Our Son. It's like, I don't want to go be sad during Christmas. I also don't know that I want to go and watch someone kill everybody to Christmas music, you know? I'm gonna definitely watch it though. And I think it comes out on Shudder December 1st. And I will say though, if you're gonna release a horror Christmas movie, do it December 1st. Do it as far away from Christmas as possible. I think that's it for this inaugural episode of Queer She Said. I had a good time. I also have an Instagram for Queer She Said. So if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast and you want to suggest a topic, just head to my Instagram. If you're listening to this on YouTube, you can just comment down below. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.